Hello, everyone, and welcome to RDR's Sodium Check. This time, we're going to focus strictly on Ultra Street Fighter 4, and we'd like to preface this by saying that we do not endorse the comments you are about to hear, but they are funny, so we will read them to you.
So be entertained.
And if you get salty, a glass of water, I hear that helps.
Okay, so our first comment in the Sodium Check this week comes from IGN.
It's about everybody's favorite Street Fighter villain.
Would you be so kind as to read this comment?
Sure. I appreciate the fact that this is written in readable English, by the way.
Yeah.
Most comments you read are not.
Well, we get salty, of course. You're not able to be coherent with your sentence structure and stuff.
It happens like that, especially with fighting games.
You're
you
so
get
angry.
hyper when you get angry. It's like, we're gonna fuck you. It's like, all right, how do you type that?
How do you type that? And they figure out a way.
But this guy, I'm all right. This comes from Anjon, and he writes, I'm totally in favor of Capcom retiring Bison and just using his style with a different character in the future. The guy went from being a moderately durable dictator to just being a dick. He doesn't even have plans anymore. Juri kills Seth in the storyline, and Kami's immune to his psycho powers influence due to some rose magic or something. So he doesn't have options for that whole body snatcher scheme anymore. What's he even doing nowadays besides being a jerk for no reason and getting murdered by small Korean girls?
The best part about this is the reply from PJ and that picture,
which you all will see, of course.
This picture of Bison from the Street Fighter live action movie.
You guys remember that movie?
God,
it happened.
It was so good.
It was like one of the best pieces of cinema ever.
Oh God. Okay, so Bison.
Van Damme as Guile all day.
Yes, because he's definitely American. Yes, his Belgian accent.
Ryu and Ken as arms dealers.
Yes.
Let's go.
Because they just want to make money. Whoever made that. And then Chun-Li was what? She was a news reporter.
Yes, she was a top tier news reporter.
Slash ninja occasionally, when she had that one ninja scene.
Yes, on occasion.
And then I don't even know where that.
Honda was Hawaiian.
Where did they get this from? Who thought this was a good? Oh my god! See, we get over right off into the deep. That movie was nothing but lies. Everything was lies with that movie.
Oh, but it was so great. I watch it still.
Of course, it's
10/10 would watch.
It's good to laugh at.
All right. So, what grade are we giving this?
I'm gonna give this a B.
I will also give it a B because without the picture, it wouldn't be as funny.
Yeah, that picture just like, oh my god, it's so good. Okay, so let's go into our next comment, Finn.
This was a personal favorite of mine.
I wonder why.
I wanted him to win the internet that day.
You did?
I wanted him to.
Please.
But there were so many replies to this that he couldn't. And, it's okay.
It's very competitive on the internet these days.
But he might win this Sodium Check. So the Duke is spooked from YouTube. He writes, ha ha ha! So glad you little shits get so upset by them. I want Capcom to announce another Mega Man Legends just so they can cancel it, and I can feast on fanboy tears. Smiley face.
Fanboy tears. They're nutritious and delicious.
Oh man.
Especially those Mega Man fanboys.
Man, they're extra salty.
Yes.
You can use that for seasoning.
So, the fact you to bring up the Mega Man fanboys is just wrong on so many levels. That's just mean. That's mean-spirited.
Yeah, I found this on a Street Fighter video, and he's talking about Mega Man Legends. Like, really, dude? Really?
They're bringing such harsh wounds.
Now, in defense of him, he I guess he was upset because everybody's like mad at Capcom for, making Ultra Street Fighter 4 as opposed to Street Fighter 5 like everybody wants, as if they're going to play it.
Oh man, waiting on that Mega Man.
And then he just comes like, you guys, come on. How's that Mega Man Legend coming?
Feast of the Fanboy Tears. That is so ruthless.
Man, so great.
Well, at least they can play Mighty Number 9 when it comes out.
Yeah.
So at least it's not too bad.
Until it gets canceled.
No,
Capcom will give that C&D.
I wouldn't know where to go with my life if I knew they just canceled that game out of nowhere.
Yep. Capcom go for that C&D in the Fune.
And then refund everybody their money. Like, here you go. We're sorry. And give them a free copy of Mega Man Legends 1. Whoa, okay.
So I'm willing to give this one an A+.
I'm gonna give it an A because the fanboy tears is just, and then Mega Man, that's just wrong. It's not even doing anything to do with Street Fighter.
That's
but
a low blow.
It's a low. It's like bam,
right in the shins.
It's like the balls or ovaries for women.
Well, let's go on to number 3.
All right. So what's number 3?
That comes from Mr. Fuck Sensors.
Oh, I like his name.
I like the fact that he has like the psychedelic gerbil as his profile picture.
I mean, you gotta be cool and different and waving when you have like something that says "fuck sensors."
Now, you wanna read this one? Should I?
I'll let you do it.
All right, let's do this. You ready?
Yes.
All right. I can't stop laughing at you dumb casuals in the comment section. The competitive community wanted an SF update because it's been the most popular fighting game since it was first released. You guys are either too dumb or too unskilled to appreciate this game. Go back to playing Super Smash Babies or Mortal Kombat.
Ooh. Super Smash Babies. I'm so down with that name.
Now,
Super Smash Babies.
The salt that actually the last comment came from one of the replies on this one.
Wow.
Yes. This was the father comment.
Super Smash Babies and Mortal Kombat. No pun intended for like an extra name or anything. Just
now the assault was strong with this person because I feel like if he played either of those games, he'd be really bad at them.
Probably. And
that's where I get the salt from for this, because when you gotta start naming games, you're probably not good at them.
And then renaming them Super Smash Babies, I love that name. That's hilarious.
Come on, bro.
Super Smash Babies. He's implying this game is for babies, obviously.
Clearly. I mean, it's totally not a competitive scene for anything. You know, we've never seen things like Melee at EVO for like the last 3-4 years.
That was a thing with your imagination.
Clearly.
And then Mortal Kombat, that's a dig for no reason. Like, it's not one of my favorite fighting game franchises, but at least, especially the last one, was competitive.
Oh yeah, it was good to watch.
Can't name the ones on PS2 and all that whole generation of Mortal Kombat.
Oh god, they
weren't ready.
Deadly Alliance, Armageddon,
Deception.
Man, I could just name a negative word. This seems to be a Mortal Kombat title.
Pretty much.
Anything satanic or negative in general, like DC versus Mortal Kombat.
Oh, don't say that. Don't bring that game up.
I'm just saying.
Don't bring that game up.
It was a negative.
Don't bring that game up. Don't bring that game up. That was supposed to be the Marvel of DC.
I mean, it wasn't. Though.
He tried though. Oh, okay.
Superman too strong.
Anyway, so what are we gonna give this comment?
I will personally give this an A- because I mean, he just seems really salty that he can't play Super Smash Babies in Mortal Kombat.
Super Smash Babies.
That's what I get from this. I mean, first of all, you can't just be calling everybody dumb casuals. You don't know that. You don't know their lives. You don't know their struggle. And then you just go.
He's a top tier, fighting game player. I mean, we just don't know his name yet. It could be Justin Wong in disguise.
I am so. You know what? That just bumps his grade up to a solid A. Just because you said that, I'm bumping it to an A.
Or it's probably Chris G, because he doesn't play. I don't think he played Mortal Kombat or Smash Babies.
He doesn't play anything. He just kind of like exists when he puts up his stick.
Dang.
He's just kind of there. He used to play games, but then more doing that. Right?
So I'm gonna give this comment a B+. It's still pretty. Smash Babies, that was hilarious. Because I'm like, wow, you're really going pretty hard on the big community of a fighting game. Super Smash Babies. All right, so let's go into our last comment.
This is the fourth one.
Whoops.
Man,
I'm jumping ahead. I'm jumping the gun.
Man, don't be too ready for this to be over now.
I know.
We got so much salt ahead.
I'm gonna read this next one.
There you go.
From Luna Blue Lion. What's the name?
I want to talk about that name for a quick second.
Okay.
So I don't know. That name sounds really regal, yet really stupid at the same time.
What, Blue Lion or the Luna part?
Luna's fine with me. It's the Blue Line that's giving me issue. Like,
why is it giving you issue?
I mean, it sounds regal, like you would expect to go to a palace and see the Blue Lions. But then you think about that name, where are you going to find the Blue Lion?
Mm.
Of course, I'm thinking too much about this. I know I am.
You're digging really deep into this.
It's just, I don't like this person.
I see.
I don't like this person.
Alright, so Mr. or Miss Blue Lion said, "Fuck you, Combo Fiend and Capcom! Exclamation point, exclamation point. Oh yeah, but Ryu should give him more air combat."
Now, I thought this was really salty because everybody who says fuck Combo Fiend acts like he's the person who made this.
Well, yeah, he's like the representative of these changes.
Look, he's the representative, but he's not the creator.
That's fine.
He's like the person who's trying to soothe you into realizing that Ryu needed those changes.
If I were me, I'm like, you know what? You made it okay for these changes with me, with Cammy. I was okay with it. It's
like I feel like he should be like an ambassador of the FGC.
He needs to be, at least the Capcom part of it, because
because Capcom games get really salty really quick, and this is just one example.
I still think Marvel Assault is probably the deepest or most perpetual assault.
Because you never know why you lose. And if you know why you lose, then you knew it was a cheap thing that happened. Yeah. Like, if you get legitimately beat at Marvel, that's one thing. And that's a rare thing at that.
It's so random.
But you either don't know what happened, or you know what happened, and you knew it was cheap.
Yeah.
Like Morgan. You know what's happening. You just know it's cheap as hell.
Yeah.
And you can have those people like, well, you just need to strategize around it. No. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear it.
You're not down for that?
I'm not down for Morgan.
Wow. It's so good.
No, you know what's good? 3 Virgils on the same team. That's good. But that's another story.
Oh God, Virgil, best character.
That's another story. We'll talk about some other time.
Man, I called it Virgil, best character in Marvel.
Man, and now you can have 3 of them on the same team.
Oh my God, can I have 3? No, I don't need 3. Genes on screen.
No, you don't, because
it's added to one character.
It will. You'll breathe and it's over.
So we're gonna give the grade for this one.
I'm giving this one a B.
I think I'll give it a B too, just because his hatred for Combo Fiend was funny. But then he thought the Ryu turns were good, so of course.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
He just salty at Combo Fiend. He probably lost to Combo Fiend or something.
Probably.
I feel like that was like some deep rooted like history there.
You can't be mad at the person who calls himself Combo Fiend though. You knew it was gonna happen. You're in combos. It's gonna be fiendish.
Very.
Now this last one, I get behind this comment 100%.
Zen Rain, and he's talking to somebody else. He's replying to somebody. I believe.
Yes, because that person was another one of the people who are like, oh, why don't they just make a Street Fighter, 5? Why don't they just make separate iterations and blah blah blah?
It's not.
So I get behind Zen Rain 100%. So much. Let me read this comment.
All right. This is replying to Chase Hammer.
So,
it's a good name.
More Like a Game, which has been released twice since 2008, has only had 2 mandatory updates, Arcade Edition and now Ultra, which is still active to this day, which has expanded the roster each update to boot. Bitch, all you want about is how greedy Capcom is, but the truth of the matter is that I've got a game which is going to last me another year or 2 of solid multiplayer at the minimum, and I spent a grand total of $130 for all the updates over the course of 5 years. Even if, for some psychotic reason, you'd be buying the retail editions of all these titles, it wouldn't have been as expensive as keeping up with COD or Madden.
Ooh. So that was a really nice dig at COD and Madden.
And he's right. By the time you buy 2 of the Call of Duty games, you just caught up to all the stuff you get for Street Fighter.
Without DLC, I might add.
Without the DLC. This is just including Arcade Edition and Ultra.
Yeah.
This, even if you add DLC, if you want to add DLC, just tack on another COD game. You have to, because you got, 3 games in the Modern Warfare. You got 2 games in Black Ops. God. Nobody talks about World at War. Then you got, Ghosts.
Oh yeah.
And this isn't even talking about all the DLC map packs.
Yep.
And Madden.
Every year, $60, man.
Every
Every
year. Man, how long has Madden been out? Like the earliest I remember was like 95.
I think it's around 95, 94.
Actually, they say they've been doing this for like 25 years because the latest one is 25.
So that means it's 87.
Yeah.
88.
So people have been buying the same game for 25 years.
So let's see.
$60. Shit, earlier it was like $70 because
back in the day.
Man, back in the day, games used to be $70, $80.
Man, Alpha 2 was $69.99.
Man. You had to get your grades up to justify that.
Man, those games were expensive for cartridges.
Man, you had to do a lot to justify buying those games. You got your money's worth.
That's true.
At the time, because now you wouldn't have, but that's another story.
Man, 3 years of Call of Duty of just 3 games will cost you $180 without DLC.
And that's if you buy, and then, most people do that on day one, and then they get all the extra stuff.
Yeah, that's a lot of money. I think my investment in Street Fighter has been, fruitful, to say the least. Especially its last version. So, what we're going to give... I forgot about the other guy, Mr. Opinion Guy.
Mr. Opinion Guy.
He said, preach!
Tabernacle.
Tabernacle. I like his name, Mr. Opinion Guy. You people have some clever names on here.
I wish I had. I was using my game name, but, So, I'm going to give this guy an A.
Yeah.
Because not only was there some salt there, a little bit.
It was tad.
But he threw salt back.
He did.
He threw the salt shaker down and said, "What up?"
He threw it at 2 franchises that deserve salt.
Man, Call of Duty and Madden. Stay free.
Stay free, Madden. Okay. I think that wraps up this edition of Sodium Check. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in to the Sodium Check. Of course, we'll be back in 2 weeks to give you more Sodium with another game probably, or another topic. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.